Nico Nico Ni. Nico Nico Ni. I want to kill myself. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your dude. Forgot what's my name? Faceache. We're just gonna be playing more of this. You can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. That's fucking swag. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Alright, so I've gotten confirmation now. I haven't asked any of my friends to actually spoil this game for me because I kind of want to know what happens for myself, because I'm pretty interested, honestly. I've heard it's very good. So, we'll get it. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Faceache. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature club when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. He likes, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Faceache always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without even... Fuck. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. Yeah, I'll fucking clean your room. How dependable. Yeah, bitch, I told you I'm dependable. You like that shit. Yeah. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Bitch. 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 I'm hard as hell. How come? You and Faceache can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori... Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it was a big deal when it's really not. Look, she's fucking... what's the word? Embarrassed? You don't have to be embarrassed with me, boo. You know who I be. Boop. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I wouldn't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like, she got me a fucking book, but the way she did it was pretty cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. What? Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Cheery, not cherry. Fuck me. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet, looking at her mangoes. Are you fucking... God damn it, game just crashed. Alright, it crashed, but we're good. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. I do this shit all the time. I space out looking at dudes like I want to fuck them or something. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. You know, accidentally buying 2 books. I do that all the time. I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. She wants to have a nice relationship with me, and I'm okay with that. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. I doubt that. It is a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the book. The book is titled Portrait of Makarov. There is an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in a high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, asparagus, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. I like dark turn stories! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Faceache? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. Dude, that's why I picked her! She's fucking awesome! She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling a bit, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Apprehensive? I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company. As if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she is not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Woo! Sorry, I get into this. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in for a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, there's little thingies. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yuri. Why can't I read? Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I'd do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb right after it flips to her side. This is cute. But, in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep this up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they kind of reminiscent of some in your mannerisms. I do that all the time, but I've taught myself not to say sorry a million times for everything, and be a dude or something, some bullshit excuse, because I do that all the time. I will constantly say sorry in my head for every little thing I do if I think it can be wrong. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Oh, we're back to this. But face ache, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that... Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it that it's kinda cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Her face. She's like, I was about to get some dick. No, I was about to get some nice personality. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much patience. What the fuck? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. That's what I would do. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, who should I show my poem first? Okay, it says first, so do I get to go down the line? Like, I can do all of the people here, because that's what I want to do. Like, in that case, I don't want to chance it. In case... Here, let me make a save real quick. Did I save? Okay, I saved. I just wanted to make a save real quick. In case of... yeah. We'll do Sayuri first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayuri first. She's a good friend, after all. That's probably what I would have done. Alright, this is a good poem, Faceache. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of our club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the clubroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Faceache. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, are you? How the fuck could you not be into it when you basically just had a moment with Yuri? Cause that was adorable, and so is she and all the other people in this classroom. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture in my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing that this means so much to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Oh, I get to read it. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Okay. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. Sayuri. This is just a guess, but Did you wait until the morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Okay, we do get to go through all of them. Sweet. Okay, Monika was the leader. This was the pink chick who defies eye physics. And Yuri. We'll go Monika. And then pink chick, and then, yeah. Hi, Faceic. Having a good time so far. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up new things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Yeah, that's me. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Am I gonna get to read my own poem at the end of this? I hope so. Don't worry, Faceic. That was the most fake laugh I've ever fucking done. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. I can't read. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Mm-hmm. Great job, Faceic. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I'll underestimate you. No, I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when a reader are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I've never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. Anal? That's the best way to find out the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. The last chick said that too, and it ended with a fucking good note. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Bro, I agree. I do that shit all the time. My friends would know because I sound so fucking happy and confident all the time. Anyway, well, let's read it then. Oh boy. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction that spackled protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That was good. That was nice, actually. That was nice. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. It was really, but fuck it. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had a kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. She's like an advertisement. Okay, pink hair chick. Your eyes. Fuck you. Face ache. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expected me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort in. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of this first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about, huh? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just start trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Alright, eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap. Horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Damn. Deep. Deep! Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to all be sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style won't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, yeah. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Did she already read mine? I don't know. That's what I meant it to be. Wow, whoa. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Alright, here comes my bottom bitch! Oh, man. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Hmm? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then she ends up covering her whole face. uh, he's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that most noticeable things I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style that's separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both of the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, is that if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that is not something you can be blamed for. There is so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding out and building them, but getting them to work and to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everybody else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. Oh. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought of progress, Morty. Yuri smiles dreamingly as if it were a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't! Okay. Ghost Under the Light. That's a cool title. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber's glow. Bathing, yeah, that's right. It must be this one, the last remaining sheet light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of that future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicken back. I flicker back. Fucking, that is a nice handwriting, but I can't read that for shit. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Kill yourself. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Kill yourself, okay? I have a difficult time reading what you're saying right now. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, faceache. Was that or was it Okay. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it in that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? This pose is cute. Yeah, of course. Sorry, I got lost. I can't read. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Faceache. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Honestly, I didn't get to read my poem. Or maybe I did, and it's exactly what I put last time. And I don't remember. But I thought mine was pretty fire. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They glitterily exchange sheets of paper, shining their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows frown in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Faceache did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I'd appreciate that offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Faceache liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Faceache appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? It just crashed. Motherfuck! Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Faceache started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Faceache! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Faceache. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way we can convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Faceache? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Help me, Sayori. So, of course, that's going to be... Okay, so thinking about this, I could pick Yuri. I'm not gonna pick Natsuki because she's being ignorant right now. Yuri is right, in some cases. She would understand, though, that her poem is just another type of poem. She did insult her on her tits. And... I could say help me Sayori and not hurt either of them, but not really gain anything from either. But that's... That's what I would do. So I'm gonna do what I would do. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah! Everyone is fighting and making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Face ache? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stick-up jerk she's being. She would never! It's your immaturity that oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki? Yuri? You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. And Natsuki's poems? They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. I like Sayori. She's nice. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get hurt. I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did all of you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Faceache, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was nice. It was neat. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Faceache, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yeah, Sayori seems nice. Sayori? About what happened earlier. What do you mean? you know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No, no, no. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, is all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Faceache, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, cool, we're making another poem. Okay. What would Yuri like? Disarray? Fantasy? No, fuck. Incongruent? Vivacious? Agonizing or secretive? Secretive? Heaven sent. Oh, fuck. Misery? Why does she like misery? Whirlwind. Feel like imagination would go to the pink. Nightgown. Okay, well, never mind. Fuck me. Judgment. Melancholy. Ambient. Doki. Disoriented. Incapable. Inferno? Or crimson? Crimson. Yep. Extraordinary. Never mind. Intellectual. Whatever that is. I didn't actually read it. Just looked... Lust. Okay, I hope I got most of them to be her. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Even though my game did crash a couple times and I'm not the best reader, it means a lot that you're watching this with me because I honestly I'm enjoying this. You can probably hear me enjoying this because I get a little hyped about this, and I'm only going to play this game when nobody's home, so I can be this expressive, because if I'm this expressive while people are home, my dad's gonna come in and tell me to shut the fuck up. So, yeah, thank you for watching. My name's Faceache, and I will see you guys in the next one.